Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charlie. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you? Yeah. Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
A pitch comes to Lindsay. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That second down play nets a -4.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Well, not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, I-7.
That's the way. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch 54.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Got a man, it's Brown. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 74 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
Gone.
Let's get off the field.
Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Gone.
Safe. Check.
Here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Let's get in holes. Watch 36. 36 the mic. Hey, let's get this.
Watch the air.
On third down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now a man who punted for the Broncos for 6 years, Britton Colquitt, on to kick it away as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken around the 12. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Harrison Smith is a player I love to watch. Whether he's ranging deep as a free safety or near the line of scrimmage where he makes more plays, keep your eyes on him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check 31, check 31.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
55, Mike 55. Here we go, here we go.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run here with Lindsey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And the Broncos push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsay touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Cousins on 1st down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
On first down, Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready! Recon, 132 fighter, 18 Gator. SOS. Move! Ready?
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke, the completion to Riddick. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Buying time to his left. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he works free. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Break.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Don't get nervous.
Get it.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Shake 3. 218. Chop. Shoot.
Now the Notre Dame man. This is Theo Riddick. And they'll get him down right about the 20. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Wait. Ready.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Monday. That's why.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D.
From the gun, Flacco. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Here we go. 10 Loba.
I don't think you got it, sir.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Minnesota. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Joker, 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 joker. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
No.
Cousins now. Lets it fly for Thielen. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now it's Lindsey. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Bravo!
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
They look to throw. It's locked. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Sherrills to return it. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Black. 43. Nice, sweetheart. 43.
Hey, orbit.
Here we go.
Hey, yo.
Check 99. Kill. Check 3.
Gun.
Go ahead, baby. Go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Let's go, baby.
Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he's got some space here. And they work this out past the 25. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On first and 10, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Gun.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
To try again after the sack. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up.
Hey, Echo.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Cousins to throw it. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams.
Well, now Lindsey lost the football. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And some space here. The 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
15 line. 15 line. Blue draw Corker. What? Hey, Zoo.
Now to the air. Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
What we got? What we got? What we got? 54 is Mike. 54
gun.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got one. I got one. Right there.
Flacco from the gun. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
And McManus able to put it through, but hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a 1st down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Motion. Hey, we're good.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Cousins gives way to Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And we've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
You know, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
I smell fear in that offense. Hey, exit.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check that.
From the 41, Cousins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd. Down.
Chris Harris on the coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Ken.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Now Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey,
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike by four. Let's go, defense.
Now Flacco. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this thing gets blown up well behind the line of scrimmage, but the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
80 weapons.
Alert three.
Go.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 16. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On 1st down, it's Lindsey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey, he's got some breathing room. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, 40 yards. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Good route here.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Watch the run.
Hey, alert three.
Watch the safety creep.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He completes it to Treadwell. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsay, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Riddick with a carry. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Sherrill's on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize. So adjustments are often a big part of each and every game. And it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work. And being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43. Woo-hoo!
Gun.
Mike, boy, 43.
A first down throw for Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Right, 54. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. No. 3 down.
Wide.
Mike's 43. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Check it back.
Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that time?
43 is the mic.
I'm here all day. Undercrunch.
A second down throw for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
All day, dog. Yellow.
43 is the mic.
Hey, tight.
Alert flare. Slam.
300. What's that?
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
6 yards. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Jahan, 180.
Mike's 43.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
You go tight. You got tight right there. Check 43.
Back. Ringo.
First down. Here's Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Check 49, check 49.
One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it go. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care